Today, we're on our short honeymoon, and she got a message on Snapchat while she was in the bathroom. I looked and found her sexting and sending nude pictures to another guy. Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, I'm going to go over a story titled Married Yesterday, Found Out Today. And big shout out to Joseph for sending me this story. And guys, this story is all about a guy. He's a young guy, 22 years old, and made the absolutely boneheaded move of getting married at that age. 22. And you're going to see here, guys, that the day after he got married to his girl, who's also 22, he caught her receiving messages on Snapchat from some dude that it turns out that she's been talking to for a long time, sending naughty pictures and having naughty conversations. You get my point there. The day after they get married, right? Again, Sodom and Gomorrah 2.0. And this poor guy never saw it coming. And I'm doing this, guys, this story here for a lot of reasons, aside from the entertainment factor and to show you what things are like in today's world, but also as a public service announcement that you don't get married that young. You're out of your damn mind. Okay? 22 years old. Nobody has that much life experience. No, nowadays, they don't have that level of maturity. And some people may say, well, you know what? My grandparents did that. They got married at 21 or 19 or something. Well, that was back in an era when you had to be more mature. You had to be more grown up. I mean, you look at the average 22-year-old nowadays, and there certainly are exceptions, don't get me wrong, but the average one nowadays in the United States, they have the maturity level of high school kids back when I went to high school. It's ridiculous. And embarking on a very adult, life-changing thing like getting married at 22, you're out of your mind. What experience do you have? Do you have any money saved up? Do you have any job prospects? You wait. If you're going to do it, you wait till you get older. And a lot of time to really get to know the girl. And especially with the gals nowadays, their level of maturity and how they have these instant temptations everywhere, thanks to social media, things like Snapchat, Instagram. Don't get me started on the OnlyFans. So you're out of your mind. But anyhow, this guy learns the hard way. And I do wish him the best, but you're going to see about this whole thing here. So certainly, if somebody's watching this, maybe somewhere, it'll make them think twice about rushing into things and all that, and the state of how things are. Okay, I went on long enough. Had to get that out. So it starts off, it says here, first of all, I love my wife so much. Smack. And I can't believe this is happening. It still doesn't feel real. Our relationship started in 2017 when we were both 17. We had our wedding yesterday. Smack. That means you've known her for 5 years. You started at 17 and you got married at 22. You're out of your damn mind. But I covered that in the beginning. Our own personal vows, our dances and pictures. The whole works. Today, we're on our short honeymoon, and she got a message on Snapchat while she was in the bathroom. I looked and found her sexting and sending nude pictures to another guy. Neither of us normally go through our phones, but we have each other's passwords. The next day, 24 hours later, I mean, you got to be kidding me. Why'd she marry the guy? I mean, seriously. This is not like she's living in a part of the world where because of where she lives and that culture is being forced into it, okay? You're not being forced into anything. Unbelievable. Apparently, she met the guy on Discord and has known him for about a year. A year, guys. We've done long distance for the last 2 years, college 3 hours apart, and only saw each other on 1 or 2 weekends a month, plus holidays. Well, there's another problem, the long distance. Obviously, he didn't live with this girl. Obviously, both of them didn't have enough life experience to reach that level of maturity to even try this whole thing. I mean, I think you're out of your mind. If you're going to get married, if you're going to do it, you're out of your mind if you don't do the final test, if you will, of living with her for at least a year to see what she's really like living with her. If she's going to be controlling, if she's going to lose her shit, if you forget to take out the garbage one day, is she going to stop taking care of herself? Is the sex going to slow down? Is she going to try to control you where you're going all the time? These types of things. You don't get that at 22. And long distance, we all know darn well, long distances, for the most part, don't work. And if guys think they do work, it's probably because she was hooking up with some other dude. Or dudes. Anyhow, as soon as I found out, she claimed that she felt trapped, and that for months she felt distant from me. She said the relationship became more than platonic back in April of this year. She felt trapped. Come on. In the era of, believe me, the gals have it better now than ever, feeling trapped. If she wasn't she wasn't in love with this guy, just say it. Don't rush in and get married. This poor bastard doesn't deserve us. After she cooled off about me going through her phone, I asked her a lot of questions. Cooled off about him going through her phone. He caught her. He saw her phone light up and found out that she was sexting and all that with some dude the day after they got married, sending pictures and all that, and she is cooling off from him going through her phone. You would talk about twisting it around and making him out to be the bad guy, even though right there he caught her red-handed. This guy obviously is a nice guy, as we can all figure out, and probably, well, you know. At this point, she's a total mess, and I've calmed down. I'm asking her yes and no questions, and her answers seem honest. Sure. I'm asking, he's the only person she's interacted with like this, and he lives in Canada. We're in the States. So no physicality between them. She would wait until I was already asleep, and while I was in class, to FaceTime, text, etc. with him. You can't believe her. At this point, she's been doing all this behind your back, and you're married now? After one freaking day? I wouldn't believe a word she said. And if she wasn't hooking up with that dude, she's getting some pipe someplace else. I really believe that she was the one. Smack. More movies and television bullshit. I don't know what to believe now, as my trust and my heart are shattered. However, I do feel like we can reconcile and get past this if she wants to. Smack. If she wants to, how about if you want to? It's not about her. She's cheating on you, dude. You deserve better than this. Today I made it clear that I love her, and that if she wanted to reconcile, I'd be open to it. So in other words, she's gotten a pass. You just told her you cheated on me, married me for the wrong reasons. I got proof of this, and obviously you're lying. But you know what? I'm a forgiving person. I'll let it go. What's that going to do? That's going to make her lose more respect for this guy. This is going to teach her, oh, I can do whatever I want. And hey, he'll always be there. This will not stop. She'll want the attention and validation. If she wasn't ready to get married, what makes you think she's going to want to be able to stay married? This is a perfect opportunity, I think, because it's so soon to have this sham of a wedding, this sham of a relationship annulled, hopefully, and go your separate ways and become all the wiser. But staying with her, you're out of your damn mind. I'm generally a very forgiving person, and I'm actually seeking advice on what to do. We're moving soon, and I've mentioned that couples counseling once we're settled in. Bad idea, and I'll get back to that. What are some things that I should do to ensure that if she wants to reconcile, that she really means it and is being honest? What are some things I shouldn't forgive or should have her do at a minimum for me to forgive her? Well, if you want to forgive her, I can think of a lot of physical things that she could do to get for this guy to forgive her. But the point is, he should not be okay in time. He can forgive her, so he doesn't walk around hating his heart. But trust her again? Hell no. He should not be with her at all. And yeah, you're moving in together. Hopefully you can try to get out of that if you obviously ended with her. But you cannot stay with a woman like this, guys. She'll do it again. He says, thanks so much in advance, everyone. I'll respond to any questions asked. And he says, there's a couple points I left out. He says, first of all, the other guy has no idea that we got married. As far as what she's told me. She said that she told him that we got engaged, but that we're on a break, which we definitely have not been. Well, I wouldn't put it past her to be lying to the other dude about the situation and circumstances, but sadly, a lot of guys wouldn't care. A lot of guys out there will gladly cheat with a damn good-looking gal, married, engaged, girlfriend, whatever, and not care. That's why I tell all the guys, particularly my other channel, don't do that. Not cool. Us guys, we've got to have a code, because the women sure as hell don't have a code. Hey, secondly, we're slated to move in sometime next week. I start graduate school soon after it, and we both sign leases. Thank you all for your comments, and I appreciate and have read every reply I've gotten so far. And he says a second minor edit. He says, some of you mentioned costs and such from the wedding. My family paid 99% of it, happily, since her dad has been out of the picture for a few years. Imagine that. Her dad's out of the picture. Translation, daddy issues. And her mom, who is awesome, doesn't make much money. I don't want to take anything else from them. So, to add insult to injury, his family paid for this whole damn wedding. So her family and her literally have nothing to lose. I feel bad for this guy and this family. But you know what? That's the end of his story here. But I gotta say this. If he stays with her, then I no longer feel bad for him because he's just going to get it. But this is an example of why I do what I do, particularly in the other channel. Why I say it's so important for young guys to have a good role model, a masculine man to teach him the ways of things. Because that type of guy would have told him right away, do not get married at such a young age. Especially after you've been doing long distance for a long time. That guy would tell him, number one, don't do long distance. And number two, if you're going to get hitched, wait way later. Really get to know her. See what real life, how she handles situations, communication, how she is with money, what her family's like. Obviously, she comes from a broken home. And since her dad's been out of the picture, I'm sure she's got daddy issues. And gals that have daddy issues need to make up for the lack of fatherly attention by getting a lot of attention from dudes all the freaking time. And often cases, older dudes. And then not just their attention, but also their sausage in their mouth and other places. You get my point. So you need to spend a lot of time with gals before you can consider doing this. And a man needs to work on his career or whatever it happens to be, his trade, saving money, putting it away, building wealth, establishing himself, experiencing life a little bit. Then maybe, if she's that good, then maybe consider getting serious with her. But I still, my issues about marriage nowadays. But if he stays with her, it's going to continue. She's not capable of this. She's showing her hand, which she's like, again, they just got married. She's doing this. And I don't want to hear that she felt pressured or anything like that. It's a bunch of bullshit. She's twisting it around to make it be he's the problem, not her. Bullshit. But this guy needs to walk away and end it. Hopefully, because it's been quick, annulled. And that way then just they part ways and move on. Because she doesn't want to be married anyway. Now, a few comments here, just to show that I'm not alone in my thinking. One guy says here, I'd separate right away. She wasn't trading nudes with a guy a few weeks ago during a difficult time or whatever. This was during your honeymoon. Where do you think her mind really is? Exactly. This is not wife or mother material. Also, if this is happening in the literal honeymoon, what do you expect later? If you give her a pass now, you'll be watching her getting railed next week. Count your blessings, you don't have kids or combined assets. F her in the honeymoon and divorce her when you get back. Bro, no reconciliation, you will regret it if you do. Yeah, thank God they don't own a house together yet and don't have any kids. But make sure she ain't pregnant. Another guy says, OP, my thoughts exactly. If this is what she does to you when you guys are in the honeymoon period and trying to do the best for each other, then what do you think she'll do when life has been stressing you out with stressful jobs, a mortgage, and sleepless nights due to a couple of kids? If she did this once that you know of, she's more incapable of doing it again. Anyway, wait till the pressure of real life comes on. What's she going to be like then? That's why I said you got to be with them for a while to see the pressures of real life, how they handle things. You got to realize that you have not stumbled upon that message or notification. You likely never would have found out. It doesn't look like she has any intentions of telling you. She was not going to tell him. She lied to you, and also she lied to him. That shows her moral character. I think she's regretting getting caught and not that she did it. I think you need to talk to your close friends and families about this. If they know they can help you get through this, otherwise it's likely that you'll feel isolated without no one to turn to in your life. Yeah, this guy needs to go to his people he can count on in his family, his friendship circle, but he has to be aware that some of them may give him the wrong advice. They may say that, oh, give her another chance or some bullshit like that. No. Seek advice, but from credible people. This guy says here, this is just my bias, but I feel staying together with her is going to be a disaster. And by the way, guys, overwhelmingly in the comments section, people pretty much said the same thing. The last guy says here, I really feel bad for you, my friend. I hope you get better ASAP. A betrayal is a form of abuse, and abuses leave scars. If you want to try reconciliation, it's up to you, but please consider the following. Number one, you're both very young. It's unlikely she's your soulmate. Correct. You're very young, but I don't buy this song and dance about soulmates. There's a lot of people you can click with in this world. Number two, your wife has demonstrated she doesn't care about your commitment. It's unlikely she will respect marital commitment neither. In any case, she thinks her opinion has priority over your commitments. Number three, you can talk with your lawyer from your country to know your rights. You married someone who is cheating on you. There is room to get wedding annulled and an economical refund. Okay, good pieces of advice there. So I hope this guy By the way, in the comment section, I did go through, and he was responding to a lot of people, and he was listening to what they had to say. This guy, obviously, although getting married so young and all that was foolish, this guy doesn't seem stupid in terms of other areas, so that's good. So hopefully this guy will be saved in the nick of time. He can get it annulled or end this thing real quick. But to stay married with her, asking for trouble. All right, guys, that is it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And guys, also, you come across a really good story like to share with me, by all means, email it to me, strongsuccessfulmale@gmail.com. Be sure to include a link to it. And or if you have a very good personal story like to share, something nuts, something crazy, something really good for the channel, just send it my way, and I'll definitely cover it in the future. And be sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.